Hello, welcome again. We are covering the topic centrifugal compressor for civil service mains, IFS, and GATE aerospace exam. And in this, we are covering the topic work done with pressure rise. In the previous video, we studied the inlet and outlet velocity diagram of centrifugal compressor, or we can say impeller. So this is the inlet diagram. This is your axial velocity of air, and this is the only component of velocity of air at the inlet. This is the impeller I speed, and this is your relative velocity, and this is the outer velocity diagram, actual outlet velocity diagram. And in this is the radial component of speed, this is your world component of speed, and this is your impeller tip speed u. Okay, and this is the absolute velocity. So here we can see that the Cw2 is less than u. Cw2 means tangential component of air is less than impeller speed, that is u. Ideally it should be equal to u. Cw2 should be equal to u. So the reason for this uh, lesser quantity of Cw2 as compared to u is slip. So this effect is known as slip. Now we will study slip in this video. So the slip, the main reason of the slip is difference in pressure. So here, as this impeller is moving like this, and this is one of the weight of the impeller. At the leading phase of the impeller there is high pressure, and at the trailing phase there is low pressure. So air tends to escape from the impeller. So it would not attain the velocity of impeller. It do not stick to the impeller. That's why there is some loss of velocity of air due to this slip. So slip is the main reason for not having the Cw2 component equal to u. So I will read this out. Due to its inertia, the air trapped between the impeller vanes is reluctant to move around with the impeller, and we have already noted that this results in higher static pressure on leading phase of a vane than on a trailing phase. Here the pressure is higher, here pressure is lower. It also prevents air from acquiring world velocity equal to impeller speed. This effect is known as slip. Okay. So as there will be more vanes, so then the air will stick to these vanes, so there will be less slip. Okay. Or the air will move close to u. Cw2 will be closer to u. Okay. So how, next one is how far the world velocity at the impeller could fall short of its speed depends largely upon the number of vanes on the impeller. The greater the number of vanes, the smaller the slip. Okay. So it means Cw2 will be closer to u, and more nearly Cw2 approaches u. And it is necessary to in design to assume that value of slip factor sigma, where sigma is defined as the ratio Cw2 by u. According to Stanich, sigma is 1 minus 0.63 pi by n, where n is number of days. Okay. So now this is the slip. The basic definition is Cw2 by u. You need to remember this. You need not to remember this, but you need to remember this. If number of vanes are increasing, then there will be less slip. Okay. Cw2 will approach closer to u. And now this slip is used in calculating theoretical work done also. So, and in the previous video we have studied that in the velocity diagram there is no Cw1 at the inlet, only Ca1 is there, no Cw2. So the torque, and there is Cw2 at the outlet. So the torque is, theoretical torque is torque per unit mass is Cw2 into R2. So that is the theoretical torque per unit mass, or this is also the if we multiply it by mass, then it will be If we multiply it by mass per second, then it will be your torque, and if we divide it by mass per second, then it will be torque per unit mass flow rate of air. So that is the torque, CW2 to R2. So that is the torque, and now if it be multiplied by omega, then it will be work done. Okay. So or we can say CW2 is work done, because R2 into W is your U. Okay. So now the ratio of CW2 by U is your sigma. So in terms of slip vector, theoretical work done will be your sigma U square. So this is the theoretical work done.